If you would like to help support these beautiful big cats, please visit exoticfelinerescuecenter.org.
These are all very dangerous animals. These are not the kind of animals that you want running around in your house or your home or exposed to your children. Again, these are extremely dangerous animals.
On this episode of Joe's Big Cat Kingdom, 100 fully feathered dead chickens are donated to the Exotic Feline Rescue Center. More big cats arrive after a roadside zoo is shut down in Iowa, and a group from the Metazoa Brewing Company stopped by to make a sizable donation to the center. The Exotic Feline Rescue Center was founded by Joe Taft in 1991 to help protect abused and mistreated exotic felines. With the illegal trade of these big cats increasing at an alarming rate in North America, the center has grown from 3 big cats and 15 acres to over 200 exotic felines and more than 100 acres of property.
I'm tired, I'm angry, I'm worried, but I'm never bored.
Welcome to Joe's Big Cat Kingdom. The Exotic Feline Rescue Center feeds their cats over 3,000 pounds of food a day. Many local farmers donate dead animals to help the center maintain their food supply.
We got 100 chickens in from somebody. They're all feathered chickens that are all dead, and so we're getting to feed those out today, which is really fun because the cats love to defeather them and make all kinds of a mess with it. So you're gonna see a lot of chickens out there. Jenny! Jenny! Come on, little girl. You're really cute, but I want you to get up and come in here. Jenny! Jenny! Really? Right now? Oh my gosh, you're super cute. Come on. Come here. Come on, Janae. Come on. Jenny. Come here. Jenny. Jenny. You're good for the big. Wow. Thank you. That took you way too long. All right, I have Jenny in the small. You, my dear. What? You're just mooing a lot. You are. I love you, though. I do. I love you very much. You just need to behave. You do. It kind of helps. She's difficult sometimes. You call her name and she starts rolling and doing other things other than coming in. But she finally came in, so her water tank gets cleaned, and she usually likes to take her food right over to the water tank and eat in there. So that's what I'm guessing she's gonna do again today. Let's go, little girl. Good girl. Jenny, thank you very much, but you better keep that chicken out of my tank. That is one clear water tank, and I would like to keep it that way. Not full of feathers, please, little girl. Thank you. It is all. Yeah. All right, Tang. Tango likes to hide behind a pole, like you haven't seen him at all. He'll just totally freeze and get behind a pole, even though he's just been walking around and you saw him. But he'll repeatedly do it because he thinks he's playing, which is why we play his game with him. And we just start looking for him. And then he'll just pop out from behind the pole and be like, come here. T-Lex. All right, Tang, you ready? Go get it, big guy. This is George and Rodney's new enclosure. It's absolutely beautiful. They used to be up in the very front when you first walked in, but the Tony Stewart Foundation gave us a grant for $7,500 to build them a new enclosure. And you can see it. It's an old enclosure that we re-renovated. We used part of it, and then we redid a bunch more in here for them, and they are super happy. They're absolutely loving it. We got a hammock, one of the fire hose hammocks that one of our volunteers has made for a bunch of our cats, as well as just a bunch of cool stuff in here for them, and they're really, really happy. Good boys. You saw the other pile, goofball. Go get it. Hey. Come here. Come here. Look.
Adult male tigers Chiron and Rajon arrived at the center last week after a roadside zoo was shut down in Iowa.
We were notified that the courts determined that we were going to be the ones that got the animals, so lo and behold, here came the animals. We don't know any of the conditions that they were living in or anything like that because they were brought to us. Normally we do like to go get them just so we know they're going to get here safely and the least stressful way, but they were brought to us, that a judge ordered it, so here they are. We don't know anything about them other than it was a roadside zoo that got closed down and we got cats. You know what? That might make it even easier. Yeah. Because look at the size, or look at the height of it. We might be able just to wheel ours right up there. I got it. Someone's already on their way. They just arrived here. They came down from Iowa, a small roadside zoo type situation. I'm not really sure of all the specifics, but a judge ordered that the cats come here, so they've just arrived and about to open the trailer and take a look.
Okay, guys. Time to wake up.
Oh, look at them, they're sleeping.
You guys thin that up a little bit.
Hi.
Okay. Yeah, these guys are quiet guys.
Hi.
Do we have names and ages and all that fun stuff? Okay.
All the paperwork here for you.
Wonderful. It's all right, buddy. I know, I'm scared.
Okay, so we're right at 20 inches off the ground there. I don't know, that's only an inch difference.
Okay. Well, let's do it. Let's get him out because that other one's real upset. How are we?
Scoop that one over a little bit.
Okay. Do they slide easily?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I probably need to loosen mine one more.
Okay, slide it forward. I get my gate open.
back some more.
A little more.
We're still on the bolt.
Okay, now you come up.
Okay.
Can you crawl through that? Lift up your thing.
Come on, big guy.
Come on.
Come on. Come on. Come on, big guy. You can do it. Come on. That's a good boy. Come on. Come on, big guy. Hey. Hey. There's chicken in there for you, and there's plenty more in the cooler. You gotta get the back feet in. Come on, big guy. Okay, okay. Hey, yeah. Well, what happens? Well, that's not any better. There's all that chicken just for you. It's all right. You gotta move your tail, big guy. Gotta move your tail, buddy. Yeah. All right. It's gonna be quiet in here and cool and dry.
The tigers will live in separate enclosures and receive plenty of food and veterinary care for the rest of their lives.
It doesn't happen often. Most of the time, either the owners themselves call us or a different branch of the government will call us, but it's not often that a judge orders them to come to us. And that's okay, we have the room for them, and that's what we do here. So this is one of those cases.
It's a new day at the Exotic Feline Rescue Center, and the team of keepers are hard at work preparing food for the morning feedings. A multivitamin powder is sprinkled on the food to help ensure they have all the necessary vitamins and minerals to be healthy.
How we do things is we have a two-person system. We never work alone, so I cannot enter this cage until somebody has double-checked that I have the cat locked into the correct side and then okay me, and then I can't do anything else until they've checked my locks and okayed me to go ahead and lift the slide gate. It's just safety. Thank you.
Down the front now.
Okay, I'll be down there in just a minute.
Rebecca takes a break from the morning feedings after she receives a message from a special visitor.
We're heading down to give the folks from Metazoa a tour. Metazoa is a brewing company that gives proceeds to animal organizations, and they emailed us originally before they even were up and running to tell us that that's what they were going to do and whatnot. And so then I kind of looked them up and checked them out, saw everything about them, and now they're out here for a tour. We are at Metazoa Brewing Company. They support us. They're a brewery that supports different animal organizations. And I just think that's awesome because I love beer and I love animals, and that's the same as this place. So we wanted to come here and check it out ourselves, and we're enjoying it so far. I have met the president, the man who started the place, and his wife. They came out to the center once before, and I happened to recognize the logo on his shirt, and like a stupid person, I was like, have you been there? Lo and behold, it's the guy himself. And they were nice as can be and wonderful people, so I just really want to make sure that they're still enjoying what they're giving money to. People that are all about animals usually can't explain it. It's a thing, you feel it inside, and I think he's one of those people that just loves animals and then happens to love beer, and there's a lot of us out there like that, so works out.
So Metazoa is a philanthropic brewery in downtown Indianapolis. We opened April 1st, so still very new. We opened with our mission to be brewing great beer, kind of creating a spot for people to come, bring their animals, and enjoy the beer. And on top of that, we wanted to give a certain percentage of our proceeds back to different animal and wildlife groups. So kind of twofold goal for us. Animals are something that our ownership and all of our staff really are very passionate about. And so it's just something that really sets us apart in such a big brewing community as Indianapolis has, to be able to do something and give back at the same time.
Now there are 3 African lions in this enclosure here. This big guy here is King. King was privately owned, and at a year old he got too big, so they were going to shoot him and stuff him. A neighbor overheard that, borrowed a horse trailer from somebody, and drove him down here from Minnesota to save his life. He came around the same age as Jasmine, who is on the right. Jasmine came from a movie ranch in Idaho, where they were training her to be in movies. Now we don't know if she was ever in any or not, but they retired her and brought her here. King and Jasmine were around the same age when we got them, so we were able to introduce them. Now lion mane growth and sexual maturity usually go hand in hand. King didn't have much of a mane, so we figured we still had time before we needed to get him a vasectomy. We were wrong, and that's where the other one comes from. Now, we do not like to breed here. We strictly like to rescue. We do have just under 200 cats here, so with every one that's born here, it's one less that we can take in. If you kind of come back here and look up on the back shelf over there, you'll see Magi. Magi is a black leopard. This is what people usually refer to as black panthers. Now, technically, there is no such thing as a black panther. When you hear somebody say that, they're either talking about a black leopard or a black jaguar. It's just a color variation of both species. Black panther is kind of a generic slang term that we've given for a big black cat. They can be 2 different species. So we don't have any jaguars here, we only have leopards, so any black cat that you might see here is going to be a black leopard. They are actually still spotted just like the regular leopards are. It's just that when they're in the shade like that, they look all black. If you were up here in the sunlight, you'd see every one of his spots shine through. Magi came from a woman in Greene County, less than 40 miles away from here. She called us and said she had 5 cats and asked if we'd be willing to take them. We had 1 available cage at the time, and he was actually the first one we went out and got. 2 days later, we went back and picked everybody else up. We could count ribs and backbone on every single cat out there. Their cages were filthy and extremely inadequate. It was the middle of summer and nobody had water in their water bowls. So we went and took all the animals from her. As you can see by Magi back there, you'll see another one of the cats from that rescue. Everybody is recovered and is doing really well now. We're in the off-tour area, our field area. It's off-tour because a lot of these cats are not as tolerant of seeing people all the time. So we take those cats off-tour and put them up here where they don't have to see people all the time. So we're going to see these cats. They are tolerant to see people every now and then.
That red light goes on.
Okay, if you look up here, you'll see Bagheera in the back, up on one of her little shelves over there. She's the last remaining of a group of 8 leopards that came from California. There was a place that had a bunch of animals. They had dead cubs in the freezer, cubs up in the attic. They had a tiger tethered to a pole. They had feces and syringes everywhere. The only reason why these people got in trouble is because they had an 8-year-old boy living with it. Most people in the case of animal abuse get a slap on the wrist and a fine. Most people are repeat offenders, unfortunately. These people actually did serve jail time for child endangerment.
So they had a kid in the same conditions?
Probably. I don't know anything about the kid, honestly, but I know the leopards were in terrible conditions. We had a couple of them that, I mean, one had cancer all over her body. We knew that. She lived for 2 years and lived a great life. They were all hunchback and bow-legged and very skinny. We'd see them from when they came to when they were, you know, at the end, and we'd be like, oh, they look great. But if you had seen them, you'd be like, whoa.
I think to get an appreciation for what people dedicate their lives doing and what their mission is, to experience and feel it and be so close to the animals, once in a lifetime experience.
Parts of a tiger are used in every kind of Chinese medicine. You know, there's rich businessmen that want to go on a safari and kill one of those guys, but don't actually want to spend the money to go. So they'd get their... You all right there, Adam? That is one of the reasons why these guys are not on tour. She's a little upset because we've got to do some repairs in her cage, and she's not happy about that. That's Nippers.
These guys are all like, whoa.
Yeah, everybody else is like, chill out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just how they are.
So fast.
Yes, and that's a very small tiger to make that big noise. I mean, she's one of the littler girls in there. Yeah, and that's going to make Athena real on edge because she doesn't like when the guys are out here doing construction, and unfortunately, that's just how some of them are.
Yeah, these tigers are all put up, aren't they?
So this is Temple here. He is one of the cats from the guy in Oklahoma, and you'll notice the big lump on his back. Unfortunately, it's a tumor that our vet, we can't take it off because it's in too much tissue back there, so there's no way we can take it off. And we're like, we've never seen a tumor end up there, and he said it's probably from vaccinating. I was like, who vaccinates them there? And he's like, you'd be surprised at what you end up seeing. You know, vets see so much more than we do. And we do vaccinate our cats. We vaccinate them for canine and feline distemper because they can get both. And you know, it helps with what's called the cruelty virus, which ends up looking like a cold that these guys will get. So they do get vaccinated. We don't do it there, obviously. And we're just gonna let Temple live until his quality of life goes downhill. You know, we don't know if that's really cancerous or not because we don't want to mess with it where it's located on him. But when you see things like that, you know, it's like, okay, we're gonna give him his time. But when he goes down, we know what it is. So.
Is there a reason he's like?
Yeah, he has neurological problems. Yeah, he was born with them. The guy said that he didn't breathe for like almost the whole first minute of his life when he was born, which then caused a little bit of brain damage. You know, oxygen deprivation and. We have quite a few cats here with neurological problems. If you catch it at a young age, you can give them vitamin A because it's usually due to a deficiency on that, and it will help them. It won't cure them, but it will help them. But we have found that with all of our adult cats that have come in with that, we've tried them on vitamin A, but we see no difference. So you have to catch them at a young enough age, unfortunately. Speaking of young, this little guy here, this is Bo. Bo is, let me see, how old are you now? 18 months old? Yeah, he is one of our youngest cats. He is our youngest cat. He came from a man in Virginia. He was a preacher, and he had a bunch of tigers. His family was like in the circus and all that kind of stuff. He never wanted to be a part of the circus, but he would take animals from them when they no longer wanted them and then just give them a home. So he would use the tigers for Sunday school to get kids to pay attention, apparently. Well, he is now ill, so he decided to get rid of his animals, and so we went out to Virginia and took some tigers from him. We took 3 tigers, and Bo here is just one of them. He is young and crazy. Well, I hope you guys had a good time. Good. It's not a problem. I really don't mind it at all. I hope you guys had fun. Well, thank you guys very much. We really appreciate it. All of you guys. It was good seeing you. Thank you. It was very nice meeting you.
We keep drinking lots.
Hey, we're going to be coming up there as much as we can too, because we really enjoy it. It's a beautiful place. It's really beautiful. So this is a really nice size donation. So it's going to really go a long way towards helping take care of these guys and towards anything. Construction, repairs, building a new enclosure, in general, taking care of the cats. So it really means a lot to us.